In a bustling restaurant, a moment of quiet humanity is about to unfold. Jasper Anwar, a dishwasher, sees a young woman in a wheelchair struggling. Her name is Maya Hale, and she communicates through a tablet. Jasper steadies a spoon and softly asks, "May I help you?" Maya's eyes flick to her tablet, and it speaks with a synthesized voice. "Yes, slow." Just then, Jasper's manager barks from the dish pit. "Anwar, back to the sink." But Jasper ignores him. He crouches to Maya's eye level, making sure she can see his every move. He slides on fresh gloves, carefully cuts her salmon into small, manageable pieces, and lifts a bite. He doesn't push. He waits for her to be ready. She opens her mouth. He meets her halfway and then waits for her to swallow. The usual clatter of the dining room seems to fade into a hush. Jasper can finally breathe again, quietly so it doesn't sound like relief. Suddenly, a woman with an undeniable presence arrives at the table. It's Renata Hale, Maya's mother. Her eyes are fixed on her daughter, not on the dishwasher helping her. "Maya?" she asks, her voice calm but firm. "Are you comfortable with him?" The tablet answers without hesitation. "Yes." He waits. Renata's response is immediate and decisive. Then he stays. The manager, who is about to intervene again, freezes, completely stunned. But Jasper's focus remains solely on Maya. He offers her a sip of water with a careful tilt of the glass, a napkin before she needs it, and pauses the spoon whenever Maya lifts her chin. He's following her lead, a silent promise of respect. He can almost feel the steam from the dish pit on his back, a ghost of his recent task. But here, the air is bright with possibility. He narrates his actions softly, ensuring consent is never just assumed. "Ready for a bite? Is now okay? Napkin?" To his surprise, Maya blinks, and her tablet chirps out a joke. "Overqualified for dishes." A real honest laugh escapes Jasper. He thinks to himself, "overqualified for almost everything except making money." "Guilty," he replies with a smile. Renata, intrigued, asks, "Where did you learn that pace?" "To wait like that?" "A neighbor's kid," Jasper says simply. "He taught me to wait." He doesn't mention the long nights driving for a rideshare service, the tiny room he rents with no window, or his mother who sends him recipes like they are prayers for a better life. The manager tries to assert his authority again. "This is a liability," he sputters, holding up restaurant policy like a shield. Renata doesn't even flinch. "I'll hold the liability," she says, her gaze still on Maya, "unless you intend to overrule my daughter's consent." The manager falls silent. Security guard discreetly positions himself to give the table privacy from curious onlookers. They find a beautiful rhythm bite. Swallow, breath, a shared glance, a silent yes. When a tiny smear of sauce touches Maya's lip, Jasper holds up a napkin, waiting. She blinks her permission and he gently dabs it away. It's a small gesture, but it's a powerful demonstration of respect. Dessert arrives. A lemon tart as thin as a promise. Jasper carefully shaves off a sliver. Maya tastes it, and her whole face brightens. At that moment, Renata's shoulders relax just a fraction. But then, a sudden cough from Maya, sharp and wrong. Jasper immediately steadies her water glass, gently angles her chin forward, and breathes slowly and audibly, giving her a rhythm to follow. The coughing subsides. Maya's eyes ask him if he panicked. He lets his smile confess. Just a little. The manager, Mr. Halvorsen, sees another opening. He approaches with a folded piece of paper. "Anwar," he says, his tone final, "we're concluding your shift. Turn in your apron. We'll handle the table." Jasper sets the fork down. He looks not at the manager, but at the only person whose opinion matters. "Maya, do you want me to stop?" The tablet speaks with a clear, firm voice. "Stay." Then, after a deliberate blink, it adds, "Da." "Please." For the first time, Renata turns her full attention to the manager. "Mr. Halvorsen, your policy failed at the very first test agency. If you remove him, I will fund a complete training overhaul for this entire establishment, and I'll begin by replacing you." The manager turns pale. He tries to argue with all due respect, "Ms. Hale, you can't just buy it. Wouldn't be buying." She cuts him off coolly. "It would be fixing." She then turns back to her daughter, as if the matter is completely settled. They finish the lemon tart in slow, bright moments. The tension eases, and a light conversation begins. Asterisk music? Asterisk the tablet asks. Jasper admits he loves listening to Sam Cooke playlists during his late-night drives. The tablet approves with the authority of a judge. Good taste. Renata watches Jasper, not just how he feeds Maya, but how he waits, how he listens. Finally, she asks the one question he never prepared for. What do you really want, Mr. Anwar? Beyond the sink and the second job I'm guessing you have. Jasper's mind races. He thinks of proper training, of a place where waiting isn't seen as weakness but as a strength. He says aloud, to be useful without doing harm, and immediately feels a flush of embarrassment at how vulnerable it sounds. Renata doesn't miss a beat. The Hale Center runs a paid apprenticeship for consent-forward care, she says. It covers feeding, transfers, communication, technology, sensory profiles. You get full health care from week 1. We train cohorts, not just hire warm bodies. If you're interested, come tomorrow at 9. Jasper's mind floods with practical worries: bus fare, rent, the worn tires on his car. But instead of voicing them, he says, yes, if Maya's okay with it. The tablet instantly replies, bring playlists. Just then, the flash of cameras and the murmur of a crowd press against the restaurant window. The city is trying to turn this private moment into a spectacle. The security man murmurs to Renata, and she decides on the terrace exit. Jasper walks beside Maya's chair, creating a small zone of privacy. Under the string lights and a few stubborn stars, they pause. Renata hands him a simple, elegant card. Asterisk Hale Center Apprenticeships. Asterisk. Text this number, she says. You'll receive your onboarding information tonight. With thumbs that feel clumsy and slow, he types, asterisk. This is Jasper Anwar. I'll be there at 9. Asterisk, a reply comes back almost instantly. Asterisk confirmed. Dress comfortable. Bring patience. Asterisk then. A message from Maya's tablet. Bring Sam Cooke, as they prepare to leave. The manager hovers nearby. The termination note is still in his hand, his earlier confidence gone. About your employment, he begins. No, Renata says, without even looking at him. You will apologize to my daughter for treating her care as an obstacle, instead of treating her as a person. The manager's face flushes with color, turns to Maya. Ms. Hale? Ms. Maya? I'm sorry. The tablet responds with 2 simple words. Thank you. Learn. They return to the table just long enough for Jasper to fold his apron. It doesn't feel like a surrender, but a transition. Do you need a ride home? Renata asks. He starts to say he'll take the bus, but she insists on her driver. Jasper realizes that learning to graciously accept help is another form of consent he needs to practice. At the curb, he carefully checks Maya's footplate in her belt, asking for permission before each adjustment. Renata watches, and she doesn't correct him. See you at 9, she says, her tone not one of hope, but of certainty. He nods, feeling the strange, wonderful terror of a door opening in just the right way. As the car pulls away, his phone buzzes. It's his mother. She sent a photo of a flour-dusted recipe card for lemon tart, with 3 words written underneath. Asterisk, proud of you. Asterisk, he lets out a laugh that finally unclenches the tightness in his chest. Back in the restaurant, one last rack of glasses is waiting. Jasper washes it with the same patient care he showed Maya, a rehearsal for the steadiness his new life will require. When he finally clocks out, it doesn't feel like an ending at all. It feels like a yes he has finally given to his own future. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If it moved you, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we have so many more incredible stories to share with you. We'll see you in the next one.